Hey guys, Mr. B XRP here, and welcome back. Please hit the subscribe button coming in if you want to be notified when my new videos get loaded up. And let's get started. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the TV. NASA astronauts are suiting up for a launch that's going to take place in a little bit less than 4 hours. It's kind of interesting today. It's the first time in about 9 years that American astronauts have gone into space, and this time they're going on a SpaceX rocket, so it's also the first time that they're going on a private rocket. So anyway, neat, exciting stuff, and I can't wait to see it. So hope everything goes well and safe for the astronauts. All right, so let's jump right in. Got a lot I want to talk about. Need to cover a few days worth of news that I needed to get to, and I wanted to give you my opinions on. I got some really interesting, what I think is interesting stuff today. All right, so quickly on the price, Bitcoin's 91.82, Ethereum's 207, Tether's at $1. All right, Tether staying at $1. Good for you. And XRP is just under 20 cents. It's getting boring to say that, guys. Pretty soon I'm not going to show the prices if we don't get some price action soon. Okay. All right. So Brad Garlinghouse apparently surfaced yesterday, and he posted a tweet. It's nice to finally hear from Brad about regulations. And here's what he said. He said, U.S. regulators, now is the time to step up and lean into digital currencies. Remaining complacent is actually setting us back while China's grip on both crypto and fiat payments becomes stronger. And then he went on to say, this piece nails it. One caveat, public digital assets like XRP are not exempt from U.S. or global financial oversight. Actually, the opposite. Responsible players who use these assets want to work with regulators, not against them. Okay. I haven't heard Brad come out and talk about regulations since 2019. He may have made a statement. He may have piggybacked on a statement that Mnuchin made at Davos, but I think that's the last time he spoke about regulations. And I've kind of been hitting my desk all year saying, hey, where's Brad? Where is he? Why is he not out there, talking about regulations and being on the financial channels? But it's good to hear him back and doing it. Here's the thing. I mean, we all know that Ripple opened up an office in D.C. We all know that Ripple has been working with regulators from the start. We all know that these regulators and the Fed chair and the Treasury Secretary, they've all talked about the XRP process without saying XRP, right? We know they've done it. We've seen the videos. I honestly don't believe we're waiting for regulations. I believe we're waiting for regulations to be announced, and I think that's the frustration in Brad and also in Chris Larson. Chris Larson has shown some in the last few months. He also showed a little bit of he was in a video and showing a little frustration. I think it's already been set. I think they already know what's going to happen. It's just they're frustrated it hasn't been announced yet, and they've got all of these customers that are getting ready to use ODL. But what's interesting is, why are regulations in place for MoneyGram? Like, MoneyGram doesn't have a problem using ODL. I mean, what is it about the way MoneyGram is using ODL that banks can't do it too? Or is it that they're more conservative? Their level of conservatism is at a higher level than MoneyGram? I just don't get that part. I don't get why it's okay for MoneyGram to use it, but banks won't. Obviously, it needs to be, it needs to be announced. I'm glad he's out here talking about it, but I don't believe that they need to be set. I believe they just need to be announced. But anyway, that's my just personal opinion. In my opinion, that's all I'm saying. But we'll see what happens. I chimed in somewhere at some point here into Brad. I don't know. I just had said I was glad to see him beating the drum again. And this was Kumran on Twitter. He had said, feels a lot like the race to the moon. Yes, I get the pun, between the nations in the early 1960s, but I don't know if the U.S. can take the cup this time around. History is in the making, folks. Yeah, because China is trying to beat us to the punch. Okay, don't want to beat a dead horse. Got a lot I want to get to. Just want to talk about Brad's tweet real quick. Moving on, there's a scam out there, guys, and thank you, Shay, it's at She Crypto for posting this. People are getting this email. It talks about the economic rebound for the XRP community plan for May from Ripple. It's bogus. It's a scam. If you get it, delete it. And I just wanted you to know that. I just wanted to point that out to you. All right, moving on. I had posted this on Twitter yesterday. Interesting information if you want to learn more about IPOs. Deloitte has a great piece, guys. If you're not following me on Twitter, go to Twitter. Follow me at XRP Mister. I posted this yesterday. You can find it. Deloitte did a fantastic job explaining the process of IPOs, and with Ripple, potentially, in my thumbnail picture, I have the cart before the horse, right? So my question is, has Ripple put the cart before the horse? And my whole point of that was, if Ripple doesn't have regulatory clarity, right? If they haven't been told they're going to have regulatory clarity, how the heck did they go out and do that story in December 31st of 2019, 2020, the year of the digital asset? How do you come out with that story if you don't already know that you're going to have regulatory clarity? And also, how does Brad Garlinghouse come out and throw the test balloon of the IPO coming? Right? I mean, he really put everyone on notice that an IPO is coming. I mean, he said they're not going to be first, but they're not going to be last. So those were two big things that I don't think they'd be out there suggesting if they didn't know that regulatory clarity was coming. So I'm not fooled. I don't think that they're waiting for the regulators to decide whether or not it's going to be okay to use XRP. I think they're waiting for the regulators to announce it, and it's frustrating to them, just like it's frustrating to, I'm sure, to their customers, and it is way frustrating to the retail holders of XRP for sure. All right, so this is that piece by Deloitte I was telling you about. I suggest anybody that's interested in the IPO process, you should take a look at this. It's very, very interesting. They've got charts and graphs of the timeline and everything else. And there was one thing I think I wanted to point out to you. Okay, so essentially they said the pre-filing stage is about 6 months, post-filing and execution, so 6 to 8 weeks, and then 2 to 3 more weeks on the road show. It doesn't take that long. It really, really doesn't. And Cryptopolis, who's in the XRP community, who's got a lot of experience in the markets, said a lot of times, and I'm not suggesting this is going to happen this year, but a lot of times they launch these things sometime around July. So I don't know if this is going to be the year, but if they're going to launch it this year, we might hear something around then. But that's assuming that this is the year. It might not be the year. I just don't know. But I just don't think that Brad mentioned IPO and Ripple talked about the 2020 being the year of the digital asset, and they're not clear on regulations. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Sorry. All right. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. I'm not trying to pick a fight with Cory Johnson. But for those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, a lot of people aren't on Twitter. I wanted to bring this up because this is important. Cory Johnson used to work for Ripple, and now he's working for Forbes, writing articles about digital assets, which I think is fantastic. I support Cory. He did a great job at Ripple. I wish him the best. I'm not picking a fight with him. But what happened is, in his previous article before this one, he had stated in the article, and to be clear, I'm hopelessly conflicted reporting this story as I once worked at Ripple. To be equally clear, as of this writing, I don't own any XRP, okay? Now that could freak out a lot of people, all right? A whole lot of people to hear that somebody who worked for Ripple doesn't hold XRP. Well, I went and I looked, and I think it was in Cory's actual bio, and I think he's changed it. But if it wasn't in his bio, it was somewhere else. He was a self-proclaimed short seller, okay? So he obviously likes to trade crypto. So I jumped in and I said, Cory, in your previous article you mentioned you are not holding any XRP. I understand you're under an NDA, but as a self-proclaimed short seller, can you confirm that you are not holding because you are trading, ? As you can imagine, inquiring minds want to know. Thank you, sir. I'm being very respectful. I'm not picking a fight. I'm not starting trouble with him. I just want him to clarify, not for me, because I think I know exactly what's going on, but for other people who maybe don't see through it, don't see past it. He may have a deal with Forbes that if he's going to write about a digital asset, that he can't hold that asset. And if that's the case, then if he was going to be so clear in saying he doesn't hold XRP, he probably should say, by the way, and also, I'm not allowed to hold anything that I write about. Now, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying that's my guess. I would expect that, which doesn't mean his wife's not holding it for him, Ripple's not holding it for him, his brother, his sister, his dog. Somebody might be holding his XRP. I don't buy that Cory Johnson doesn't have XRP with his name on it. And that's just my opinion once again, giving you a lot of opinion today, guys. But I think that's, you guys look to me to be the common sense guy, right? I'm not out here telling everybody run out and spend all your money on XRP. That's your decision. You have to decide if you want to buy XRP. But I'm here to look at what's going on and give you my common sense opinion on what I think, and that's what I think. I don't buy it. Okay, so Mac Attack posted this. I thought it was funny. He said, I have to take it easy because I clearly see a green X in her shawl. So it's Christine Lagarde wearing a shawl, and it's shaped like an X, and he posted that, and I thought it was funny, so I want to share it with you. Okay, which brings me to the monkey paw, okay? A lot of people don't know what a monkey paw is, I'm sure, but a monkey paw is used in shipping. It's used with big boats. A monkey paw is this picture, and if you're not driving and you're looking at the screen, there's a picture of a red ball, and what happens is if you want to get this big heavy rope on a ship or off a dock on a ship or from the ship onto the dock, whatever it may be, in order to get this rope somewhere, it's easier to take the monkey paw, this ball, and the skinny rope and throw that first and then pull the big rope on, okay? Well, Mr. B, why are you talking to us about this monkey paw? I don't get it. Well, the monkey paw is also a process in business. So, for instance, if you want to sell your big product to a company, right, to your prospect or your customer, you might decide to sell them one of your little products first, just to get your foot in the door so that later on you can pitch them on the big stuff. And it's called a monkey paw pitch. And you know, a lot of people in business know about it, and a lot of people in business use it, and they don't even know, you know, where it came from. But that's what a monkey paw is. And here's what I think is a monkey paw. One too many. Okay, XRP Crypto Wolf posted this yesterday. MoneyGram and Uber partnered to support drivers during the global pandemic. Uber and MoneyGram's partnership will provide drivers and delivery couriers a discount on digital money transfers sent to family and friends over 200 countries and territories. Okay, here's the deal. It's a promo program, okay? Someone figured out, actually Uber figured out, that 25% of all the money that their drivers make goes overseas back to their families. So they decided to partner with MoneyGram as a promotion and get a discount to their drivers, which is fantastic. For MoneyGram, it's a great way to monkey paw into Uber. So they were able to do this promo with Uber, get a little piece of business with Uber in using their system, and if Uber likes it, maybe Uber's going to continue it, and maybe Uber will decide to at some point stream real-time payments to their drivers, which will be the use of, you know, ODL all the time. You don't know what comes out of this. And another example of a monkey paw is when Ripple has a customer use RippleNet. I mean, RippleNet is one of their products. It kind of gets us in the door, right? We all say it's Ripple's way of laying the tracks for ODL to be used down the line. Well, it's just a monkey paw. Let's get their feet in the door, get the banks using their software, and then boom, we tell them to hit B or hit number 2, or B is probably better, hit B and save money, have instant settlement, and bring a Nostro money home. So that's what a monkey paw is. If you've ever heard of it or if you've not heard of it, now you know. And that's what I think is going on here as far as MoneyGram and Uber. It's great news. I mean, who doesn't want to be associated with Uber? I mean, it's such a big name today. So I think that's fantastic. Okay, moving on. Leonidas had posted this on Twitter. He said, and there it is. I've had this LinkedIn profile saved for some time now, but waiting on something official to confirm if they are indeed working together. Okay, so essentially, so Mastercard is looking for a VP of Product and Innovation, and if you come down here, it says Mastercard incorporated with its American Multifunctional Financial Services Corporation, blah, 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 working with distributed ledger technology, blockchain, R3, Ethereum, Hyperledger, Ripple, and tokenization, and it's got Libra, JPM coin, and USC. So Mastercard is getting into the distributed ledger technology world, which obviously we expected, but it's nice to see they actually have Ripple's name on there, which I think is fantastic. And thanks Leo for putting that up there, and everybody should follow Leo on Twitter. He does fantastic work for the XRP community. And moving on, and that takes me to the end, guys. Success is a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. And I'll tell you something, I just got done watching The Last Dance. If you haven't watched it, it's a series done by ESPN about Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls while Michael Jordan was on the team. And if you want to learn about winning, if you want to learn about what winners do to win, it's unbelievable. You don't even have to be a big sports fan to appreciate this program. It's 10 episodes. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it to everyone. You can learn a lot about success and winning watching this program. I highly recommend it. Okay, so thank you everybody for listening. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a merchant marine, and I'm not a crypto expert. These are my opinions only. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Please like and subscribe. If you haven't liked, guys, please like and hit the notifications button if you want to be notified when my new videos become available. And I wish everybody a fantastic day. And don't forget, if you have a chance, to watch the launch of the SpaceX rocket. It's in about 3.5 hours from now. I think it was 4:30 Eastern time is about when it's going to be. So just want to let you know. Have a great day. Bye.